I just got back from a convention. I met lots of fans, and it's great to hear how many people enjoy the videos. That's always important to me. And naturally, lots of people ask me questions, and I noticed I was hearing a lot of the same questions regarding videos. Like, what videos you have coming up? What are you working on now? That type of thing. So I figured, why not answer it in a YouTube video? That's probably a good idea, right? Reach a lot more people that way. So let's talk about the movie reviews first. You probably noticed that I've been posting movie reviews every Friday. I really like doing those, especially for the fact that most of the content on the channel is video game related, which is cool, but it can't all be video game related because it's Cinemassacre. That's where it started, way before YouTube. I think most people know I'm a movie guy, so I hope you enjoy that I've been putting the cinema back in Cinemassacre. During this time, I would normally be working on Monster Madness, so what you're seeing is the same output, except I'm releasing them now as opposed to saving them all up for October. That's exactly what I said in my announcement last year. I'm discontinuing Monster Madness, at least in a marathon form. Instead of blasting 31 reviews out in October, you're seeing them spread out over the year, and they don't have to be horror. So I've been true to my word. Theoretically, this could amount to 52 movie reviews if you count every Friday, although some of them are reruns. That always comes in handy when I'm working on some big video and I can't finish it in a week. But more importantly, lots of people haven't seen those videos. They were from the website, cinemassacre.com. They haven't been on YouTube before, so this is a chance for more people to see them. It still takes some work. I have to locate all the original files, like the voiceover, the Photoshop images, whatever, so that I can re-edit the videos and minimize the amount of movie clips, turning them into stills mostly, because the copyright holders have given us lots of trouble. So that's a whole other topic. I know Doug and Channel Awesome have done some videos about fair use on YouTube, so I suggest you watch those. Anyway, there's the James and Mike Monday videos, which don't seem to be going anywhere. I meet up with Mike a couple days out of the month, we play a bunch of games, then I go back to working on the other videos. So that's kind of like my break to play games. I have fun with that, so there's no plans of stopping yet. I'm also doing some music-related videos. I'm a big fan of rock and metal, so this is something I've been itching to talk about. I'm doing a series called Playlist Junkie every Tuesday or every other Tuesday. It's as basic as it gets. I just sit down with a list and say, here's some cool songs to listen to. Go check them out. So just counting the videos I'm in, this means games on Monday, music on Tuesday, and movies on Friday. That's pretty good, I think. The whole idea is to keep up with consistent content with different topics. Forgive me, usually I do countless takes until I get it all right, but I don't have that kind of time right now. I got to go back to working on other videos. So let's talk about AVGN. What's next for the nerd? Well, it's scheduled on my calendar. I have a certain amount of days blocked out for the next nerd production. I don't know what the game's going to be. All I know is I have a stack of games and I have this specified week to pick the game, play the game, write the episode, shoot it, and edit it. And then I go back to working on movie reviews for a little bit, which are much easier. And then I go back to AVGN. So it's a cycle. Most of the time spent, I'm actually working on AVGN, even though it doesn't seem like they're coming out that often. For me, I'm working on them a lot. They just take a long time to finish. But they're still coming. AVGN's not going anywhere. If it is, like if I ever quit, I'll let you know. After 145 episodes, there's no reason to rush them out and do a shitty job. I'd rather the episodes be good. I know back in the old days, I used to have 2 a month. That was before I had kids. Life was completely different back then. I have a 4-year-old daughter and another one on the way. So things are going to get even crazier. Every year I have less time than I did the year before. So it gets harder and harder to make these videos. And I can't just record them whenever I want. When there's a child in the house making noise and I don't want her to hear me yelling, fuck! There's always emergencies and doctor visits, so I have priorities here. Anyone who has kids knows exactly what I mean. I think most people understand, but there are some out there who are rather impatient. When I work on AVGN, I work fast. I found every possible shortcut in making these videos. So what you're seeing is me at full power. This is the fastest I can get them done unless I shut down everything else and only worked on AVGN. And at that point, I would get so bored with it that I wouldn't even know what I'm doing anymore. The videos would be terrible. And that's bad for me and it's bad for everybody else. So at this convention this past weekend, surprisingly, I got a lot of questions about Board James. Lots of fans said, hey, is Board James coming back? And that's awesome because that's one of my favorite things I've ever done, especially that last episode, Nightmare. That was one of the biggest Cinemassacre productions ever. So if I'm ever going to do more, it's got to be even better. I'm happy to leave it on a high note. I still stand by what I said in the mythology explanation video, that it's done for now. The door is still open. I still have ideas, but at this point, things are too busy. For it to happen, I'd have to take AVGN off the schedule, and that's not happening. I already took Monster Madness off the schedule, and the time's still full, so maybe another year. One of the projects that I really want to bring back again is You Know It's Bullshit. I have a list of ideas, but again, it's the same problem. There's no time whatsoever. These are easy to write, they're short, but they're time consuming to find all the images and edit it all together. It could come back, or it will come back at some point, but I'd have to replace the movie reviews or move some stuff around in November maybe. I could get some out by the end of the year, maybe, but I don't know yet. For now, let's just give the movie reviews a chance, and then hopefully I can get back to You Know It's Bullshit and find a way to squeeze that into the schedule somewhere. Lots of people asked me if I'm doing a sequel for the AVGN movie. Well, no. We've had ideas. We've thought about doing it based on the legend behind the missing treasures of Sword Quest, but the first movie took 8 years to make. That was the hardest I ever worked on anything in my life. If you count writing the script all the way up to exhibiting the final film, that was 8 years of my life right there, and I almost killed myself getting that done. So the only point of doing a sequel would be to top the first one, to make it even crazier and even more ambitious. So what if that turns into 20 years? That frightens me, actually. I'd rather give attention to my other film ideas, which have all been waiting on the sidelines. I want to make an atmospheric horror movie. There's tons of other movie ideas, but that's most likely the one that's going to win. It would still be a lot of work, but anything is less work than the AVGN movie. Instead of 80 locations or whatever, it'll take place in one small room or something like that. It'll be very minimal. So that's where my mind is at right now. Nothing is happening with this yet. Because I'm just busy keeping up with all the web videos. That's the priority. I wish I could do everything, but I can't. The internet is about quantity, not quality. I always try to give you both, but that's really tough to do. I might do some more short films. If you saw the Jekyll and Hyde movie trailer I did, the Fuckernuts vs. the Astro Bastards, and Mimmel the Elf, you'll know the different kinds of genres I do. It's all different. I have something written that's short, but there's no opening on the schedule yet. I'm also writing a book about all my experiences, but it's the same situation. It's on the list like everything else. I just haven't had a chance to finish it yet. I started writing it a while ago, and I've always tried to do a little at a time. Like, maybe every Friday I'll put in a couple hours to write a little, and nope, it just doesn't work that way. I need those couple hours to work on finishing the videos. So I plan on finishing writing this at some point. So it will happen eventually. So the short answer, what I'm working on, I'm trying to work on everything, but obviously I'm only one person, so I can only work on one thing at a time. As soon as one project is done, I move immediately on to the next one. At the start of every year, I make a priority list of all the videos I want to make. Then I estimate how many days I think it will take for me to finish each video. And then I find there's not enough time in the year, so many videos get taken off the list. It's hard to estimate the time it takes to make these videos, even with years of experience and finding every possible shortcut to get the videos done as quick as they possibly can. After all these years, I've gotten really good at it, but still, they usually take longer than I estimate. Let's say I have 4 days to do one video. The video might actually take 5 days, and I don't know how many doctor appointments and unexpected things are going to pop up, or how many technical issues I'm going to have to solve. So it might even be more than that. I don't have any special luxury with time. I have the same type of distractions as any normal human being. I can't predict what's going to take time away. So anyway, when a video takes longer, that means the next video can't start till later. So the entire year gets pushed. One video gets delayed, the whole year's delayed. And yes, I have my entire calendar booked with video production all the way to December. Except weekends, I spend those with my family. Keeping up with videos on a consistent basis is a challenge I face day in and day out, but it's what I do. I hope you keep watching and enjoy all the stuff I have coming up.